people, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm in my kitchen. I want to make some dinner, a very quick dinner that you can make, especially to a Turkish person. And it's gonna be requiring very little, and also we're gonna be discussing about a topic that someone requested me to do this video actually. And that person asked me, can you tell us the typical behaviors of Turkish people, because you have been to Turkey for more than 4 years now. We're going to be diving in. I'm going to be telling you my experiences with them, and also especially when it comes to dating and just relationship here and there, business here and there. So welcome to my channel. I'm going to tell you what I'm cooking. I'm making some kizatma without kofte or without minced meat. And here I have some little potatoes, I have some eggplants, I have some chilies, I have some tomatoes, I have some garlic. That's what I'm gonna be doing while we talk, and I'm gonna be frying them over here in the olive oil. Okay, so welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Phoebe. I'm a Kenyan, married here to a Turkish man. Have been living here for almost over 4 years now, and I have gained some experience with them. I cannot say that I'm expert in everything. I'm still learning from them. They are still learning from me. But one thing I'm sure, with the little experience that I have here, I can share with you, so that if you are planning to come to Turkey, you have an idea what is it, and especially if you are coming to in purpose of relationship or in purpose of building a family here. We're gonna be diving in, and I'm gonna be making this video while I'm peeling this stuff, because we're gonna be making a very quick dinner for our lovely Turkish man or Turkish family. The discussion was typical behaviors of Turkish men, or maybe Turkish people. Let's just put even the ladies, because they also have some typical behaviors worth discussing. Now, without wasting any time, the very first thing I want to talk about, it is actually about the hospitality character of Turkish people. Now, as much as I know, or as much as I'm concerned, everybody has his or her own experience when you are traveling, especially when you are going to a new place. Some people will like you, some people won't like you, and it is okay. You don't need to force people to like you or to accept you the way you want. So when you first visit in Turkey, most of you or some of you will have bad or good experiences to talk about. So me, I'm talking about my experiences. When I came first here, I noticed Turkish people, they are so much into welcoming people. And this character, I have seen it throughout even when my stay here. The 4 years that I have stayed here, I have met incredible people. I have met different families from different backgrounds, rich and also not rich, and I have seen it all. So I have to say that Turkish people, when it comes to actually welcoming people or actually just being generous to people in terms of welcoming visitors, they are number one. However, I have to also warn you, once you start to interact with them, once you start to be local, like you are started to become like something like localish, they're gonna start treating you the way they treat maybe themselves. Okay, they're gonna want to be somehow not good to you, not in a bad way, but maybe that's how they normally do it here. So that's what I've learned. I don't know about you. So in general, I have to say that they are generous to visitors. When you visit Turkey, even on the street, people want to actually greet you, to talk to you, to see how you are talking, what you are doing, especially if you are from a different country, you are speaking a different accent or a different language. Okay? Now, something I have also to note about Turkish people and their behavior, or their typical behavior, I have seen that in terms of actually gestures, they are into expression, expressing their emotions and their character in terms of gestures. Okay, for instance, when you are greeting an elderly person, Turkish people have their way of greeting. They're gonna do something like this. Okay, I don't know if it is starting with the forehead and then kissing the forehead. That's how I greet my in-laws, and it is an expression they have developed, or maybe it is a traditional thing. and they are still holding that thing. So I find it so interesting, and I just wanted to share with you. Now, talking about elders and also expressive or gestures, something or another typical behavior that you will see in most Turkish people, it is in terms of respect for elders. They really have this respect for their elders. Like the thing I'm telling you about greeting, that is when you greet someone like that, it means that you are giving that person a respect. Okay, so they are still into that culture of actually respecting their elders as much as possible. And also, not only elders, even when you are foreigner, maybe if you are a lady like me, if you meet a man who doesn't know you, or maybe they know you, it is not common in Turkey for them to actually call me by my name. Okay, instead they might include something like habla. Habla means a sister. Okay, or maybe if it is a man, they might say, maybe for instance, if the other man is Nazim, they're gonna say Nazim Bey, or Abi, or in most cases it is Bey, or they add an, maybe it is if it is a male name, they are gonna add something like Bey, which means actually bro or brother. Okay, so they have that tendency of respecting people without just calling them their names. Okay, now something I have also to realize, or I have realized in terms of character, in terms of actually Turkish people, it is that they have this sense of pride for their nation. Go anywhere in the Turkish street, you'll find they have this flag. They love their flag so much. Okay, so much. In fact, you can pick a conversation, a fight with a Turkish person if you talk badly about their flag or about their former president, maybe the founder of the Turkish Republic. His name is Mustafa Kemal. So if you try to talk controversial topics, or you try to actually be much into politics, they're gonna take you as you are not part of them, and they're gonna start talking badly, or you can even just pick a fight. Okay, they really love their country so much, which is so good. I think I have told you things that I think they are more important, or mostly commonly done here. Oh, something else, it is in terms of their food. Oh my goodness, Turkish people love their cuisine so much. Every time I have to cook Turkish food, my husband rarely tastes Kenyan food because he says it tastes differently. Not that he doesn't like, but he just finds it that it tastes differently, or the cooking style is different from here. So that's why I have to learn. Right now I know almost everything, in terms of not almost everything, but I can cook almost. If you give me a recipe, or if you tell me what to cook, you give me the ingredients and how to do it, I'll do it, because I already learned from my mother-in-law, and also from myself by learning. Okay, so they really love their food. And also, if they in terms of actually tea or chai, the black tea, you have to serve your Turkish people, whether they are male or female. If the guests are coming at home, you have to make sure that you are cooking some Turkish tea and actually serving to them with some pastry, with some dry seeds. So it is a form of actually welcoming them, or welcoming the guest at home. Okay, so those are some of the things I have to say. Maybe I'll wind up by actually also analyzing, or say, in terms of fashion, Turkish people are into fashion. Talk of everything, like in terms of just being smart, with smart outfits, they are into it. And also hairstyles. Oh my goodness, even the men, they love to cut their hair, to make their hair to look so cute and also so sexy. It's just amazing. And also romantic, like they are somehow romantic. Okay, now, do we have negative things I can say? Yes, we have. And I know this is the part that most people may not want to listen, but we have also negative side of Turkish people, or Turkish character. Number one, it is about anger management. Most men here tend to have something to do with anger. They get angry so easily. The good thing is that you have to learn the person you are with. If his anger drives him to beat you, to hit you, to to do something bad, then that is a very dangerous situation that you don't want to stay there. But the anger, it can come in terms of shouting. He might shout at you, shout at the child, or do something. And then at the end, he calms down a few minutes. He's okay. You can cope with that. And something else negative, I have to say, even though these things, I'm not saying all of them, but in some cases, in terms of, like I said, jealousness, too much jealousness that can lead to death. Okay, maybe when a partner is maybe jealous of the other partner, or a family member is jealous of a person in the family, they can be very toxic and very bad, and they can lead to many things. Okay, divorce, maybe child separation. I have seen it all here. So they have those negative side, which I'm not gonna go into depth, maybe in another video, because I don't want to make the video too much long. But in overall, Turkish people are very good. I have lived peaceful here without actually being criticized, without being something I have to add also, it is in terms of actually racism. Compared to where I came from, or the countries that I have been, or other parts of the world, even though I'm not there, but according to the news, I think Turkish people, they are less racist. Just a few of them who normally show that resistance to other nationalities, and also they have history in terms of actually racism, or in terms of doing what in terms of other nationalities. But in overall, I have to say that they are not too much into discriminating you, especially, let's say, for instance, I'm an African, they're gonna say, oh, you are black, don't come with us, oh, you are black, don't do this. No, I'm not seeing that rubbish here, even though it happens, but in general they are good. So they still also value their culture in terms of religion. Remember, Turkish, or in Turkey, majority of them, they are Muslim. So religion is something very crucial here. They are still practicing their stuff in terms of actually praying, Quran, going to the mosque, obeying the religion stuff. They are still into it. Even though I have to say that majority of them, they are not doing the way Arabs normally do, wearing the white abayas. Or the the black abayas if you are women. Real Turkish people, they don't do that, and not every Turkish girl wears the scarf, like that thing of wrapping the head. What do we call it? I'm forgetting the name. Not every girl who does that, because it is a free country. They have been allowed to do according to them. Okay, and something negative I have to also mention in terms of actually gender equality. I still find that Turkish people, or Turkish men, tend to lower, or tend to not to give women first priority. Okay, so we still have gender inequality in terms of job wise, in terms of roles as a woman, because they still tend to believe that women should just be at home with the kids and do stuff and this and this. They don't need to do these big roles or big stuff in the government or in the public. However, we have those ones who are actually open-minded. Their women are going to school, their women are working. If they are maybe working from home, or doing some study, or doing all the things that women can do, which we actually really appreciate such kind of people. Now let's talk about family-wise, in terms of actually being here as a foreigner. When it comes to family-wise, I have to say that Turkish people really value their families so much, especially their kids and their parents. They really put an effort to actually make sure that they are spending time with them. And in most cases, you find that when a Turkish, especially a man, when he marries, he won't abandon the parents. Okay, he will make sure that he is including the parents in every step, even where they stay. Okay, so it is something that I have learned, and it is something worth actually acknowledging, that they are doing something good, which is, I'm not saying that other people are not doing, other people are doing it, but I'm just emphasizing on it. Okay, so in terms of actually being so good, in terms of being good members to family, I have to say that they are doing an amazing job. However, That doesn't mean that there's no family struggles, like problems in terms of actually family wise. There are a lot of problems here and there. Okay, people fighting, people making noise, family disagreement, family misunderstanding. So you can find these things are still happening here in Turkey. That doesn't mean that they are bad people, but these like family rivals, okay, family problems, they are still happening in Turkish families. So I have seen them several times, even on television, in most cases where money is concerned or where jealousy is concerned. Talking about it, about jealousy, something I have to also tell you when it comes to dating or when it comes to partnering, like in terms of relationship, I have realized that Turkish men and Turkish girls also, they are into, like they are very less of their partners. When you are in relationship with a Turkish person, they just want you to be there, like not to have other people aside. The other time I was told that if you are not behaving like a jealous partner, they tend to think that you don't love them. Which I find is so weird, because of course it is good to be jealous, it is good to be protective, but not to what extent, like not too much, not to make everybody is feel like or maybe to be too much insecure. It's not a good character. Now, something I have also to note about Turkish people in terms of character-wise or their typical character, I have to say that they are so hardworking, especially the men. In every family, we find that there is a role, there is a person who has a role in terms of actually leading the family or in terms of doing something great. They are so into working hard for their families, providing for their families without actually just depending on the other side. Let's say, for instance, I have seen this thing about 50-50 in other nationalities, maybe in Western parts, whereby if I'm working, I have to give 50 and my husband has to give 50 in terms of actually bill or in terms of stuff. But in Turkish culture, I have seen that the men are the leaders. The men are the ones who are leading in providing everything, paying the bill. I'm talking from experience, and I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. It happens. We have women who are doing the same thing, but in culture-wise, I have seen that it is the duty of a man to provide for the kids, for the wife, for the family, to do this and this, which is good. It's not bad. I don't think it is a bad thing. What do you? Otherwise, I hope you have learned something. If you have any queries, we're gonna discuss in my next video. Until next time, guys. Bye bye. I have to start to eat. I'm so angry. My food is ready. I'm gonna test. So yummy.